checked for missing duplicate values and
Uh,
multiple accidental
guys,
imports.
one,
Sorry.
yeah, 1 minute. So, can you guys open the task file and on that you talk,
Okay.
share the task file and then explain. So, at the same time, both work will be done.
A second, I'm just searching for it. All right. Can everyone see my screen? Okay. So I've completed working with my first database using RDBMS, which is MySQL. And I created a 10,000 row data set first. So I first created the first 10 rows manually, and then using Python, I extended it to 10,000 rows to increase the data volume. And then I saved it in CSV format. Then later I installed MySQL, uh, and I imported the CSV file after creating a table. I checked for missing duplicate values and for accidental multiple imports before executing some queries. Um, and executed some queries to analyze and extract certain information from the data, like like which training programs costed the most or the least, the duration, ratings, etc. And currently, I'm working on using NoSQL.
Okay. So, if you in the hours spent, right? Just mention the not minutes or hours again. So, if it is 30 minutes means 0.5, then 1, 2, so that we can add them together how much time you have spent together.
Okay.
So, like that you can update. And then the C on 26th you have spent only 30 days, but this internship requires minimum 4 days of. So in average
Right.
4 hours we need, right? So you have to show that much effort, because if you say that
Yeah.
you are doing an internship and you are doing the work for only 30 minutes, so it is not at all called an internship. It is like a normal training or something like that. If you have attended a training of 30 minutes. So see, if you claim that you have done an internship, even partially, so at least 4 hours in a day, right? And then we add up these hours together at the end of your completion of your internship. Let's say 6 months, 3 months, whatever you have registered for. And if it is summed up to pay it together, it will not show the average of 4 hours.
Right. Actually, these are not accurate because I did get stuck a lot in between. These are not really accurate times. I just kind of put it randomly in.
So let's say I will help you out how we should do it. So let's say you are exploring various database design types, right? So let's say you might take a article, right? You might have read one article. You might have watched a couple of YouTube videos. Okay, you might have discussed with somebody, or you might have written some queries, right? So there are multiple things involved with it, and that requires time. So when you are calculating the effort which you have spent for this particular item, right, consider those things and then write it accordingly. and when you are being audited, it should look genuine.
Okay.
So in that way, even at the end of a week, you can judge yourself. What did you learn in this week from this internship?
Right. Mm.
So that is very important thing. This point is for everybody. Please make sure it happens. Right. Uh, okay. So I will have a separate call with each one of you to go through these things in detail and discuss about the next course of action for you.
Okay.
Yeah, move on.
Leak Ahmed.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. So share your update with the task list.
Yeah, I'll just share my screen 1 second. Okay, you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this was initially the task list of the previous before the changes which were recommended. I haven't yet updated the new tasks. I'm not sure whether to erase this and include a new task or a new sheet. But this was originally what I had done for the previous data set. Um, all the new changes I had done on the new data set. I haven't updated on the task, but I made like I have the changes with me in my program files. So do I delete all this and do I start again, or I'm not sure what to do?
No, these tasks you only have done, right?
Yeah,
Or
this was the previous data set.
no, that's fine. I mean, from that particular date, it shows that you have put those efforts. So continue with the same, like for the next dates, whatever you do.
So with the new data set, I have to start with the task one again,
No,
basically.
no, 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 not like that. So, not necessarily you have to say task one, task two, task three. The task one may have a brief description of this entire task, what you are trying to do as a headline, basically, right?
Okay.
And
I
then
thought,
you keep on writing all on daily basis. You have to keep on logging since your first day to till the last day.
okay, because in the case study, there are 4 tasks mentioned. So I thought for each task, we have to separately
Not
include.
necessarily. I mean, you can organize of your own. The goal is it should show on daily basis what is the effort you have put.
Okay. So if I just create a separate sheet and start again, is that fine for the new
No,
tasks?
no, it should be in the same sheet so
Okay.
that we can add up all the hours together. And also hours, as I mentioned, it would be only numbers so that we can add up together.
Oh, okay.
Don't have to say again 2 hours, hours, and those words.
Okay. So over the weekend, I had some issues while importing the data set, specifically the date column. The data set which I had generated, it was in a format of DDMMYY, and the way the MySQL workbench would accept it would either be only in YYYMMTT. So I had issues regarding that, but over the weekend I was able to fix that, and I was able to successfully import it with RStudio also, so I can do further better analysis and visualizations. So I'll update my task sheets and I'll work on that.
Yeah, make sure it is up to date because I see several days you have not updated.
And yeah, I have to update the new tasks.
And note one more thing. See, in the experience letter we mentioned whether you have done partial internship or full-time internship, right? If you are to qualify for full-time internship, means you have to make sure 8 hours are logged. Full-time means minimum 8 hours per day. Partial is less than that.
Okay.
So if you are really spending full day, so try to make sure that 8 hours of work, minimum 8 hours is logged. If you enter 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours, something, that is also fine. Sometimes 4 hours, that is also fine. It is flexible, but in average, it should be 8 hours
Okay. Yeah.
to qualify for the full time attendance.
Yeah.
Okay, then Gamya Venkatesh.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go
Sir,
with your updates.
yeah, sir, I haven't created the task list actually.
And what is the reason?
Actually, I forgot to do that, but I can brief you what I've done actually.
Okay, you can brief it, but that is mandatory. So right away after this briefing,
I'll,
just
I'll
create
send
it
it.
and
Yeah, sir.
upload it.
During our meeting, I'll share that, but now I'll brief you on what I've done first. On 2nd March, I actually had the review with you, and you listed me on few things to work on with. And then 3rd March, I went through all the other uh, data on Kaggle to just have a brief on how I can improve with mine. And then I created a CSV file of 28 columns and 1000 rows. Now I have to use SQL. I have some memory storage issue with my laptop. So I have to figure out that. And I have a doubt, sir.
Mhm.
So the CSV file I've created, I've made one single table. So using this SQL, should I break my table into different tables or just make the database and do the queries?
Yeah, so first step is whatever data objects or data fields you are considering, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be stored in certain database tables, right?
Okay.
It could, out of that again you have to decide this should be a NoSQL database or SQL database. For
So
example,
relational database.
yeah, relational database or non-relational.
So now the entire table that I've created, I have to break it down into different tables, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So you have to identify
Foreign
why you
keys.
should go to all those what I have explained, right? So actually, see,
Mm-hmm.
best thing is each one of these question which you ask me, right?
Mm.
Nowadays, you just put that into ChatGPT.
Okay.
Even the CSV file which you have created,
Mm.
you can upload that in ChatGPT and tell, please suggest me how I can split it into different tables in RDBMS.
Okay.
It will guide you, right?
Okay. Okay.
So take maximum advantage. See, nowadays that learning technique completely change. You don't have to remember many things which we used to do before.
Mm.
We used to buy heart and do so much of hard work to memorize them. But many things are not required. Nowadays, technique is more important. How you solve a problem.
Mm. Okay, sir. So I thought of identifying the foreign keys and link my different data tables. So I'll work on it, sir.
Yeah. But Excel file is mandatory because everything is depending on that. Okay.
Yeah, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. I'll get back to you with that.
Okay.
Okay, Nachiket. Hi, Nachiket. Let's share your update.
Nachika, you can also share so that others can uh, have a look.
Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. So previous week I just started with integrating some issues. Like one of my colleagues having issues with running the microservice as well as data mapping from backend to front end. I was connected with them for making the troubleshoots, and even that got successful. So meanwhile, in between that, I have started learning networking along with that Docker Compose in my another extracurricular, like other activities apart from the regular ongoing work. So post that, again I just got like I've been assigned to the login integration for the GTS product. When that is a few days back, I just started with integrating the login things, and I'm done with integrating the login button as well as functionality for the Google login. And from today onwards, I'm just trying to log in with Facebook. So one thing just I would like to make clear here is I have just integrated the login button with some functionality with the help of Google Cloud Developer Tools. Okay, so there I just need to work on more for capturing the email from the Gmail. That is, we need to go with some other authorizations to get the user details from the Google, and same should be stored in the database for all rest of the social logs or the login. Okay, so right now just I am trying to fix that logins button, so whether we can able to successfully able to log in the Facebook page whenever the user hits the login button. So we are currently working on that. So once it is got succeed, so there on we'll just move on to the next further. So we're just going in agile methodology, that is one after the other, so that it could be easy if in case fall down, it could be more easier for having the internal communication, and we could, it is more convenient to fix the issues meanwhile. For that purpose, we are currently working on one after the other things parallelly. Fine. So this is the, sorry, that is I mean, this was the complete update of what I have been done in previous week, and today I just started with here, and let me highlight. So yeah, these are the quite things I have just done in my previous week. This is the update from my end.
Yeah, and Chiket, can you open the issues file, UI issues, where you are logging the UI issues while exploring that website?
Yeah, issues file. Okay, sir.
So, guys, all of you always try, always explore goritech.co.in, our website, right? And try to create your own login with different roles and explore, because that is the domain knowledge which you have to explain when you go for any interview, right? So if they say which product you have worked on, and if they say explain me about the product, right? So you need to have the product knowledge. Product knowledge is your requirement, right? So that comes at the top. Once you have the product, that gives you the case studies, use cases. So based on that only, whether you do code, you do deployment, you do testing, everything depends or starts from the product knowledge. So product knowledge is always mandatory. So do explore it, and if you see any issues, log into this file. So if file is shared with everybody, you can get the link also from Nachiket. Guys, is it clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
product knowledge is mandatory, and when you go for an interview, they judge a lot many things from your product knowledge, that you have really done something real time or you are faking. Because whatever you talk, right, interviewer much is much clever to identify that you are just by hearted something and telling, or you are telling in reality what you have done, right? So improve your product knowledge on our product, so that you have some words to talk about. So whatever use case you have, right, always you will be able to relate to that. And any use case is always a business problem which you are solving, and that has a value, right? And when you create value, that is the time interviewer identifies that okay, this guy can do the job for them. Getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this file, so Santosh, the sometimes that I was talking to you. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is Excel file where you are going to log all the issues as well.
Yes, sir. I will do that.
And Nachiket, did you complete by exploring all the roles?
Yes, sir. I have just completed and posted the same here, and just I am working
Share,
on
share it,
rest of the
share
things.
it again.
Sorry, sir.
Share your screen again. Go to that Excel file.
Like which one, the task or the?
File, issues file.
Yeah, right now I'm in the issues file only.
Okay, sorry. It was okay.
The issue
So
has. Yeah, tell me.
yeah, scroll down a little bit. I think you may not have logged for everything, right? Because you have it only for login and registration. What about for the other things like?
So in some of the features or the drop-down navigations options are under constrictions key,
Hmm.
and rest the where all the issues have been found. I have just posted the same here, and many of the issues have been fixed from my end only. I have fixed that also, and which I could not able to fix that. I have just kept it here, and just I am trying to explore even more so that I can gain more insight of that functions of the class, so that I can able to move on further for any other clarification over the clearance.
So the resolved command column is there, no? So that should be value should be yes or no.
Okay.
Okay, and that comments which you have written,
Yeah.
create one more column called comments, and then
Okay.
move there.
Okay.
And in assign to, you write your name.
Yeah.
So gradually, other people also will get involved with this Excel file. So whoever will be working on that, their name will be there.
Okay.
And I think instead of results, I think that column is not required. In the status column, you can maintain multiple status, right? So, for example, open, in progress, resolved, closed, like that.
Okay.
So once you move the comment, then you can delete that column resolved.
Okay. Fine.
And you have checked in the code into the main repository, right? After fixing these things, and then deployed it back.
No, sir. Still, I need to push that to the main repository. Since
Okay.
I have not cloned from the main repository, quite it is not allowing me to push to the main repository. So probably we need to
You have
merge
just downloaded the source, is it?
yes, sir.
Okay, that is not correct. So, guys, all of you have to learn GitHub properly. Okay, so GitHub check-in, check-out, merging, resolving conflicts. These things are very basics and basic requirement for any organization. So learn that and then follow the process to check out the code properly. Then push the code after you fix something.
Well, just I need to update on previous word. That is, I just forked the repository which you have shared. That is primarily the GTS, and I forked from my account. From there, I just
Yeah.
cloned, and I'm working on that my own repository. That is the fourth one.
Mhm. No, always any code source you should work. It should be always in sync with the
Okay.
repository in the GitHub.
Okay.
So
Fine.
you should
I
not
will.
work separately as a copy because the moment you start working in the copy, there will be a lot of conflicts and there is a chance of bad code going into the source when you don't have the updated code.
Okay.
So what happens is, let's say you have changed 5 files. Okay, now Santosh is working. He did not take the latest code which you have updated, so he will work on the old code and he will made some changes. Now let's say same file both of you are working and now you want to check in, so there will be conflict. So when he will check in, your changes will go off,
Yeah.
or you change check in means his changes will go off, so there will be a big issue.
Okay. So I will update to post meeting right now.
So yeah, so we have to keep it updated always.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Zainab,
Hello.
I
Yeah.
go with our updates.
Yeah. Just a moment. I'll share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, Zainab.
Yeah. So I worked on scaling the database. So far I've been able to scale it to 1,000 rows, and then I also increased the number of factors in my data set. So now it's around 27 to 28 new factors. And then while I was importing the CSV file, I encountered issues while importing it. It was only importing around one third of the data. So I had to like remove all of the security things and security codes in the SQL command line client. And I did that. Then I created new tables for the CSV file and imported the data for all the tables respectively. That also had multiple errors initially, but it was done. And now, recently, I just worked on the queries and resolved errors in the schema relations. That's it.
Yeah, go ahead. So, regarding the database designs and data sources and all, so are those things done?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, so you have not mentioned any task over there for that?
For what?
For those database designs, what are the different sources you are getting the data from?
No, actually, I had an issue with that. Like, I didn't understand what you meant by sources. So, I wanted to talk about that today.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can ask me right away. What is the doubt?
Yeah, I didn't understand what you meant by sources because I only like generated a data set by myself.
Okay. Sources is nothing but the location where your data is stored. So that location could be your CSV file, it could be your RDBMS tables, it could be your AWS S3 bucket or any cloud source where you're storing the data. That could be PDF or let's say Word file or Excel file, anything. Or it could be any NoSQL databases also like Cassandra, MongoDB.
Okay, okay. So, my data set is basically a CSV file.
Yeah, I mean, see, CSV file is one source. So
Okay.
normally what happens is from different sources, data is exported into a CSV file, then you process it, right? So
Yeah.
before you export it into a CSV file, they may be there in so many other sources as well.
Oh,
So
all right. Okay.
currently, if you are writing a program to process the CSV file, you are trying to read the data from CSV file and you are processing. This is simple, just to a baby step to process the data to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, but in organizations in real time, that is not the case. They don't store the data in always in CSV file. So they have data in many different sources,
All right. Okay.
right? So let's say you went to the interview and you said that I'm working in this organization and I process this CSV file using this, and this is what I have created. Then you would say that what are the other sources are there, and if you are not able to talk about the other thing, then definitely it will be a very lower score they will give,
Okay.
because you are going to learn on real time what exactly happens. See, in the college or in the normal learning, whatever you have done, or normally in the training centers, they will teach you about just a very basic use cases over there. But here we want to take you through all entire journey of a product. Okay,
Yeah.
so
All
that
right.
real you can solve a real time problem.
Okay.
So that was the purpose I asked you. You explore what all different sources it may come and say on, you basically nowadays you don't have to do much effort. You just need to write a proper prompt in the chat GPT or Grok or Gemini. So in AI tools, you put a proper queries, they will give you all answers to you. But point is, you have to spend that effort. You have to spend that time to do it.
Yeah, all right.
So even whatever task I had given, you can directly put those tasks one by one. Put first task and see what ChatGPT is telling, how to do that, what it means. So it will give you different perspective to it, and then you can read that text. You will be able to at least 60 to 70% you will understand yourself, and then remaining wherever you have the doubts, questions, there is certain complexity you are not able to understand, get back to them. And that's how you will be able to learn it.
All right, okay. I'll work on this and I'll update.
Yeah. And also clean up this hours spent field. Okay, this should be only numbers.
Do what?
The hours column, right? Hours spent column C, it should be
Yeah.
only numbers.
All right, okay.
Then Santosh Kumar.
Yeah, hi Sana.
I Santosh.
Give me a moment, I will share my screen.
Okay.
So, can you able to see my screen?
Yes, Santosh, go with.
Okay. Hello.
Santosh, continue.
Yeah, the team has assigned a login and a registration UI component for the deployment. So initially, I did all the local testing by creating their databases and using the Postman application. I did the API testing, and also have created the AWS RDS and database. So the component was worked fine on my local machine. So after that, I have moved to the cloud part. So I have configured the AWS EC2 instance for the backend deployment and connected that instance to the RDS. So after I have deployed the UI component using the Amplify. So after the deployment was successful. But when I tried to register the user, I have faced some issues because the application doesn't support the HTTP. So I took help from the Nachiket. He explained the issues in detail. So I brought a new domain called gtstech.info for my demo and learning purpose. So after that, I have sent a request to the AWS for the SSL certificate issue, and it took me 2 days to issue the SSL certificate because I did some mistake while configuring the SSL certificate. So after resolving the issue within the few hours, I got a SSL certificate and I have configured the necessary requirement like Route 53 application load balancer, and I have deployed the UI application through the Amplify, and the application was successfully deployed. And I have tried to register the user by using the Postman application. So the user data was successfully stored on the database. So in this on this morning, sir asked me to prepare a documentation and a PPT presentation on that. So I'm working on that. So that's all about my work.
Yeah, clean up the hours field.
Okay, sir, I will do that.
Okay, Santosh. So coming to my update, just a moment, I will share my screen. Yeah, in this week, I was in a new microservices. I go with that and checking the testing in the local host and cloud also. When I'm testing in cloud, I'm facing some issues. I connected with Nachiket and Santosh to clarify the issues. So issue has been solved. Then sir assigned me to deploy the UI application in Amplify also. So I'm done that. So it's successfully deploying in the Amplify. Then I started to, in the last 2 days, I'm just watching the tutorial based on the scripting. Then sir assigned new task that is integrate with the social networks in the login page. So I'm going working on that. I'm facing some issues, and yesterday, the Friday onwards, I will connect with Nachiket and working together based on the social networking integration. So this is my work from the past 1 week.
So that social integration items also add it in that issues Excel file
Okay,
and
sir, sure.
assign it into your.
Yes, sir. So this is my update from last 1 week, guys.
And you are also flexible now with GitHub check-in, checkout, and all.
No, sir.
No, is it? Okay, so can I suggest you guys write one thing for going through GitHub repository or GitHub tutorial. It is mandatory basically for any developer. It is mandatory. So can you all pick up a tutorial? I will leave it to you first if you can do it yourself. So how it should happen is pick up the GitHub one good tutorial, discuss within yourself, and then divide the chapters into all of you. Okay, two, three chapters with all of you, and then each one of you, give a presentation, a tech session in this meeting, and record it so that everybody will learn about it fluently. Does it work? If you have any other good idea to learn it, that is also fine. So I mean, if you do in this way, you can save time. There will be certain common things which everybody needs to know. Outside that, you can target some specific chapters or topics and then cover it. Will that be okay? You can comment. I mean, I'm not telling this is what is the right way or best way. If anybody has a better way, you can tell me. But GitHub has to be learned by everybody. So what do you say, Sahana? What is your thought?
Sir, I think everyone can learn itself and making the PPT and making video and just upload it to the YouTube. So it's the best way. I think they can watch the
So
video
the
many
entire
times.
entire tutorial you're saying, or the certain topics?
Certain topics is everyone divided the topics and just go through that and just they are preparing PPT and explained it and
Right.
making video and uploaded. It's helpful because they are just coming and explaining here. If you have any doubts, we can able to watch that. So in case it's in YouTube, we can go and watch again. And
Right.
in case we are not solved the issues, we can go with that person and one to one we can
Talk
able to
about.
contact them and clarify the issues.
ठीक है. So can you lead that? Prepare a small Excel file, write down all the topics and assign to people, divide among them, and then maintain the status and talk about the in this meeting that what is the status for the GitHub learning
Okay, sir. Sure.
in your folder created.
Okay, sir. So guys, if you have any doubts, you can go with that. So if you have no doubts, then we can wrap up the today's meeting, guys. Let's spoken.
Yeah, thanks, Sana. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Talk.
Thank you, sir.